Old Spice. Original lime and burley.
Heineken can do this because it refreshes it other beers cannot reach.
It's Butterkist, only if our name is on the packet.
Something special, really different. Tastes great. Frankie's spicy pork and beef sausage in a sesame seed roll. Topped with mustard, tomato or fruity sauce. Frankie's, the super hot dog. On sale at the kiosk now. Frankie's, from Lion.
A warm welcome to you all. Hope you'll thoroughly enjoy our program.
Oh wow, welcome to part 3 of Project Ruby. I'm loaded up with tools and I'm off to show you now the new unit, the inspection area where we're going to strip the car and get it cleaned up, ready for paint. So it's a full strip down today. Let's just get round this corner. We're out in the sticks, we're on a new unit. It's a full strip down and inspection. We'll be able to look at the inside of the shell today. And we'll be able to take the dash out, doors off, bonnet off, boot off, and start getting all the bits out of the car and start wrapping parts up. So August now 2015, unit is finally assembled and we're on to strip the car. See you in a sec. Right, well, we've arrived. I've now got you down to the Project Ruby inspection and strip down area. August 2015, 8th of August 2015, and we're in the custom built unit. Taking you in now. Let's see what we've got. So we open up, we enter. This is our working area for the next year. lights on. There you have it. So enough space to open both doors, enough space to roll back and roll forward to do the spinning and to work on the areas that we need. A quick walk round. I'm a bit restricted in the camera space, not as much as in my garage, but enough to work with. Might have to use a wide angle lens, perhaps. I'll look into that, just so I can get you up and in right in the corner of the roof there. We might use a wider angle lens than this one, but for today we're going to be stripping down. We're going to get the doors off, we're going to get the dash out, we're going to get the bonnet off, wings off, and then carpets out, back seats out, all carpets out. Then we'll give you a look round at the interior of the shell, and then as much as the outside as I can get you before we spin it. Spinners are in here, so we're ready to, as soon as it's stripped, to get it onto the rotary. Then it'll flip up on its side, go against this wall here, and then we'll start with, probably we'll be cleaning up the underseal. The worst of the jobs is going to be the underseal. I say the worst of the jobs, one of the worst jobs. I know it's not easy to do. We can't shot blast it, that doesn't work. I'm not dipping this shell. So it's simply going to be a case of good old-fashioned elbow grease, heat gun. I'm going to be rigging up an extractor. I don't want any fumes in here, so I'm going to be devising some kind of extraction system, probably with a nozzle by the flame, so that we can just suck the fumes out of the underseal as it's being scraped off. Some sheets will go down. We'll try and keep the place as clean as we can. Let's start now. I'm going to rig you up on the tripod, so you'll get a fast forward segment as I take the panels off. So I'll jam the camera in the best place I can get for you. Fast forward then as you see me taking out the interior and stripping down. So doors off, bonnet off, boot off, seats out. Then some of the ancillaries off, grille, lights, bumpers. Then dashboard out, and I'll probably call it a day for today on the dashboard. For the dashboard job, I'll rig the camera up on the back parcel shelf and just time lapse that one. So a lot of fast forwarding stuff on this segment, but just a strip down. So today for part 3, I'm designating that strip down and inspect. Okay. You might have noticed in the corner of the shop there a ruby steering wheel. That's been acquired. And also some experimentation with the ruby center boss. That's your, we've got a nice new center wood trim there, and this is your vinyl coat, which is absolutely fantastic addition. And that's just an experiment. Actually, I might actually end up keeping it. This was just a test, but it's a good finish. You can buff that now, and we're way to go on that. That's a new old stock wheel, just wants some little chips repairing on it. That's something else though, that's another job. That just happened to be there because it's a bit of background research on the steering wheel. It's going to be a nice wheel with a superb new centre trim piece, which is a rare piece. You won't see one of those. And there's some other work to do on that, some chroming work to do on the wheel. I'll talk about that in a future video when we see the interior build. So let's get on, let's rig the camera up. Let's get rolling, and just first thing to do is get the radio on. I want to get the radio rigged up in here. So I'll go out now and start bringing the tools into the unit, get the radio on, and let's start stripping down. Part 3, welcome aboard. Right, radio is on, so we're getting that, some spanners up there now. So just building up the workshop. Radio on, Planet Rock today. Right, carrying on, strip, strip, strip. Got the camera up there, got the camera up there. Let's take them doors off. Right, doors off first. Easily done, you know it's easily done. Too easy. Proceeds. And speed it up. Landing on the wooden board. Right, door off. doors out, off, and now seats out. Just loosened off the seat bolts, pulled them off. I'll just nip round front of you now. This one's out, this one's ready. Here we go for that seat. Right, before I go anywhere, I'm going to just take off the trim pieces of the seats, because if I'm moving those around, you're going to catch that and you're going to smash it. These are fragile pieces, so you've got to be careful how you get these off, and also the side trim here. You don't want to damage that, so screw out. These are a countersunk screw holding those in case you ever lose them. Brass finish, zinc gal finish on that screw. So spin it round and just get this front one off. That saves our trim, even though that trim has got a chip out of it there, look, see. But still usable, possibly repairable too. So I'll just take this off and we'll start boxing these up, these pieces. Okay, so seat out, I'll do the driver's seat next, and the same procedure. 2 bolts at the back on these because they have the height adjusting bar there, see. The early cars have that, later cars have 4 bolts holding it in. These have the height adjuster, so you basically pull the seat back off that unit slots onto the front of the seat. So you take it off after, so off. There's our trim. Shouldn't have fallen like that, but it wouldn't have done any harm. Right, side trim off, little screwdriver at the back just to pop that off. Then that seat away for storage. I'll take the runners off as well because they're going for powder coating immediately. So runners off next. We're getting a powder coating package built up, so we're going to have a really nice big box of stuff for powder coat. So off with those seats. We'll go to the trimmers, of course. We'll salvage these tan covers because they look quite good, so I won't damage those. They'll be removed carefully and they can be reused on someone else's seats. So away we go for that. That's if I use these seats. I might be saving them for someone that needs a tan trim, but we'll just see how it goes. These bolsters do look good though, I've got to say. Okay, we'll work on that. Next job, driver's seat. Okay, so some blankets down. We flip the seat up, 10 millis on to get our runners off. So take the runners off, expose those 2 bolts there, then slide the assembly forward, exposing the bolts here. Looks quite a nice assembly, that's really clean. Powder coated anyway, of course, but it just it's a good assembly, good seat assembly there. So we'll do a strip down, same as we did on Swampy. Split pins out, brackets off, undo these cable ties and basically break the assembly down. Make sure if you're doing this that you photograph exactly how the runner is assembled, because it can get confusing later on when you come to build them up, just exactly how they go together. So just watch your positions of your bolts in these brackets because they can fit in different places. So you'll see where that pin is, that could have gone there, it could go there, and then things don't work as they should. So photograph your seat assembly chassis, make sure you do that. Okay, let me get on and I'll pull this. Right, that's off. So that's going to come home with me because this will be done in my, once it's packed, well, it'll be stripped down in my workshop at home. So that's what we're doing. We're getting small assembly items and bringing them back, so I don't have to drive as far in for work to do this. So seat off, it looks good. Springs are nicely coated still, so it's not been exposed. It's a low mileage seat, looking straight away now. We've got some extremely good bolster springs there. So that I'm going to guess that's low mileage, low usage seat. You can tell by the way these wear, and they haven't worn the normal way that they do, scratched through. So that's good. I like that seat. That could be a good base to build. Onto the driver's seat. Let's have a look at what that's like. We'll take these assemblies away.
The new 4-seater Smart 4 from just $149 a month. Search Smart to find your nearest retailer. Based on the Smart 4 fashion of 48% expense per
Let's see out. Over there to strip. Okay, let's grab that spanner. Get those. Nope, not quite. I'll get that in a sec. There's all the plastic trim pieces off, and that's the driver's seat. Again, good bolsters on that one, so another good base to go with. So 2 good seats, so looking good there. Right, carpets out next, and centre console and rear seats. Right, that's all the seats out, so we're gonna pull this carpet and let's see what's underneath. Let's see what the shell's like. Let's get a good look at them floor pans and in the sills now, so that's going to be good. Looking forward to that. So I don't think there's anything else holding the carpet in. Back seat out, that was just 2 screws. As you saw, seat frames out. Centre console wasn't held in, so that just lifted off, so no problem with centre console. Carpet is ready to lift. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got. Just lift. I'm going to fold in just to keep the dust into the middle. Roll that out. Over there, over the handbrake. Okay, looks like a good carpet, so we want to save this for someone who needs it. Unhook that there. That's a deep pile carpet. So we're heading out. Yep, nothing holding the carpet, so I'm going to go the other side, lift that bad boy out. I'll take the camera off the pod now, let's have a walk around. Right, what we got, so carpet up, nice original sound deadening pad there in good condition. Look at that. And now look at that seatbelt mount. You know me rotting around there, that's a good sign. Let's slowly lift this. A great original piece of sound deadening there. Revealing our floor. Finished in evergreen, this car, which corresponds in with the early logbook, so it's had 3 colour changes. It's all looking solid. Let's lift this front piece. Remember this troublesome area that's breaking up. We'll remake that. Now check that. No rot in that troublesome area here. Looking tidy so far. Let's get the other side out and have a little look over there. I'll get that carpet completely out now. Let's have a whiz round. Right, so everything's stripped out, so now we can see the floor. I'm just taking you along there. Look at these normal trouble spots. Pretty good, if not totally intact, I think. Round on that inner sill, look at that original factory seam seal there, untouched, excellent condition. Seat mounting point, not even beginning to go. Following you along. So now we see a little bit just there starting to go through, so we can cut out there a little plate there, take the seam seal back, and we'll check the A-post and see if there's any coming through on the A-post. Obviously that's through to outside, so there's a little repair to do. A little bit on this edge. I see just some signs of rust on that edge where they always go again. So we'll investigate that by grinding back, get the wire wheel on there. nothing to report on the front. Perhaps we've got, is that just surface? Yeah, that is just surface, so nothing there. I can see, is that a repair? Because we know it's had a front end. All clean here. And then over to this side, some corrosion. So we've got, I know it's just white paint there. I thought we'd gone through. We haven't. We're starting to have a go. So again, some small repairs to do on the bulkhead. We'll probably take all of this under seal pad off on this side. So we now go to the only bit of rust that I've found, which is the floor bung. Removing that, and you can see we've got some around that floor bung. We'll see how far that goes, but we'll take off all this under seal, this sound deaden pad, and some starting to go there. So driver's floor pan's the worst, although the seal is good and totally patch repairable. Just look at that little bit of under seal, seam seal there. If you pull that back, we've got where they always start to go, but there's no point doing a sill. That is just a patch repair. Quite a nice easy job. And then feeling inside, it's bone dry. It's not been wax oiled, so this has survived by dry storage. It's the only explanation. There's no way this has seen the elements. That's not under sealed. Sorry, that's not wax oiled, cavity wax or anything. That's just clean metal inside there. And then some corrosion starting to go on the bottom of the B pillar. You can see that. Again, that's not got through. I think that's treatable. I'll take the paint right off on the other side and see if there's any pinholes coming through, but no, that's all treatable there. We can arrest that rust. And this side going up where we normally lose it, and we've got nothing, no rot at all. No signs of anything beginning to start. So in that case, it's of little advantage stripping all this out. What we'll do when we flip the car on the rotary, we'll have a look at the underneath the underseal. That's all going to come off, and then that'll tell us if there's anything from the outside. But looking at this, the way it is, this is what you'd call minimal work to get this 100% mint. So it'll be a very original floor pan. Okay, so you see those bits. So mainly the driver's side that seems to have took the worst of it. We've caught it early, and in my opinion this car's not seen any weather because it's all dry. Now I can feel little flakes of rust or dust inside, but we're going to get a camera in there. I'm going to have a proper look. I don't think we'll get in with this. You might do. I'm going to get you a camera and we're going to have a little look inside those, but you can tell how solid it is by the sound. It's a sort of hollow, nice hollow ring to it, which shows that there's no rust there because the panel's resonating as you tap it. You don't get that sound when they're rotten or got filler in, so what it told me when I first saw the shell, that it was good anyway. I know I had a good report that it was a good shell. I didn't expect it to be this good, so that's beyond expectations. It's great, so I'm happy with that. We're lightening the car, so we're ready to flip it. I'll take the dash out next, and then the body panel's off, the rest of the body panel. So you got your wings, your boot lid and your bonnet, then the front clip. Obviously, as I said, dash out, and I'll take the headlining out. It's good headlining, but it's stained. May keep it, might wash that and see if it comes up. No marks at all on the headlining, just discoloured. Could wash out. We'll see if we can save a bit there on the headlining. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's brittle, and I don't think so, we'll see what we do with headlining. It could always be sold on if I go for a new one. Probably will go for a new one, just so I like that new smell. So let's get on and pull that dash out, and we'll see where we go from there. And let's get the bonnet off. And obviously we've got the axle to get off. We've got to get this flipped. We've got to get this on its side. We need to look underneath, and next episode will be stripping the boot out. So I've run out of time today. Part 3 will probably continue on into the week, so this is just a section of it. So stripped out, looking good, looking really solid. Floor pan anyway at least is solid, and I'm hazarding a guess that it's going to be like that throughout. So you're looking at minimal welding, localized patch repairs, neat job on its side, under seal off first of course before we do the weld. Let's get the metal clean. We've got some more stuff to strip off the front, so carry on stripping. It's the end of the day for me though. I'll resume in the week. Let's take you up and over. Okay, so looking good. Initial reports are looking good. Over and out for this section. See you in a bit.
Now, it's time for ice cream. Or maybe some nuts. A cool glass of orange. Why not try a hot dog? Or a sparkling, ice-cool Pepsi. From the sales girls and in the foyer. Now.
May we remind you that for the convenience of those patrons who prefer not to smoke, seating areas on the right-hand side of this auditorium have been designated as no smoking areas. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Just when you thought I was getting out the dashboard, what am I doing on the road? Well, a bit of light entertainment for the middle of the episode 3, because we know Little Newt's watching, we know Noggy's watching, we know the YouTube lists are out there. I'm going to have to get the YouTube list and start reading all the names out. We've got Kenny out there, we've got George in Ireland out there, we've got people in Australia, there's other Mark III owners. We thank you for watching the videos. It's a bit early in the morning, so I'm a bit tired at the wheel. Just nodding off and wandering across the lanes at the moment. I'm not really, but I am tired. Right, we'll have to see the Vulcan landing and taking off for a bit of light entertainment, so I'll just put that in somewhere in the middle of the film. Then we'll get back to pulling the dashboard out and looking at those lovely floor pans. So we'll go and drive alongside the runway. Let's see what footage we can get. Over and out till we get to Finningley Airport. Over and out. Christ. We're going to bottom out.
Oh, I can't see
be doing
behind me. I can't even see them.
I can't even see where I'm driving. Just look ahead, see what I'm up against.
You're up against some sloping stuff. Sorry about the camera work there, everybody. Oh, crikey.
What do you do to get art?
Well,
Why am I doing this to
you
my
love
car?
it.
Why am I doing this to my car? Welcome to part 3 of the video. We thought we'd just throw you in for this interlude. I found another Mark III in Finley Airport. I was to come to see the Vulcan and found another Mark III. Look behind.
I can't reach that far. Ooh, hello. I don't even know if it's got there. I can't see.
Well, the field's different. It's
Yeah,
a big crop.
Last time it was bald.
However, oh my god, the clearances. This is definitely in the name of art.
Well, you know you love it.
So part 3, or is it part 4? I don't know which bit we're up to, but interlude. This is the interlude. We're going with Vulcan spotting. I've ended up in a field trying to catch the Vulcan on its approach as it lands at Finningley. And on the process of doing that, I found another Mark III in a pub, and he says, I'll come and do it as well. So that's what
we're in convoy, 2 of us.
We're in Finningley Airport in
it's like that film, isn't it, with all the
Children of the Corn.
Yeah, that's the one. Some raving lunatic will come out the field.
Keep it steady. I think he knows what he wants to do. Let's talk to the cameraman, he'll know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
So that'd be nice getting the Hallowed turf there with all the Lancasters.
Oh, I might join you.
Yeah, I've booked in on it too. I'm taking Jane Hewitt on Wednesday morning, so picking her up and we're gonna.
Oh, you take the camera over.
The corn will give us cover.
Excellent.
We just have to talk to your cameraman now and he'll tell us where to park, I presume. We've got a professional camera guy who happened just meet in a pub.
As we do.
You couldn't make it up, you couldn't make it up.
Here's a pro actually. What are you looking for there?
Well, we're going to take your guidance.
He's coming from over there?
Yeah, it'll come from over there. So,
the way to do it,
keep filming.
I am.
I reckon,
You're the man.
is to get them back here, symmetrical, with that, quite close.
And then, when it goes over, I've been flipping the camera up to track the plane, then go that way.
So go back a bit.
Yeah.
You want to use that sort of angle. So, do you want it like this?
V shape or
Do you want it like that? I don't know, just I would say go back a bit. You could do V shape,
V Vulcan.
but I think it would look good straight on.
Okay, let's just see. We've got time, we've got half an hour.
Hang on, what
Crazy, you couldn't make this up. Only
You bloody love it.
only it could happen to me. Welcome to part 3.
Yeah, Pete the Loons on
This
his
is the
on the go
commercial
again.
break between me doing the dash before we pull the dashboard out of the car. I thought I'll give them a little break. Come and see the Vulcan, film it flying over, and meet
It
these
goes all
guys.
dramatic.
It is on red, isn't it?
behind you, then it'll look really
Yeah.
Excited.
Oh my god, it's like a jack in a box.
That'd be nice if it was coming over that bit. That lovely colour.
Such a drama queen.
Go in a V, and you get him coming down the middle, or symmetrical, but have the wheels on right lock, left lock. No? I think that would be better. I think I don't think a V would look right. Okay. I think no, because you're not going to actually see the Vulcan, because this is going to be in its way anyway.
I've done this so many times. This approach. I've done this about 15 times.
I see what you're saying actually. From the bloody other side. No area.
With the furthest we can get further up, but it starts to get tricky. There's a dramatic
No matter how you look at it. Yeah. I tell you, put that back there. Let's have a look at it. Because you've obviously got to get it so you'll get the photo as well.
Right, okay. Oh, I'm alright this time. I'll be coming back again. You just do whatever you...
Yeah, I'd like yours in the start.
Okay.
And he's back in the car. And we're moving.
Just don't ask.
Confessions of a Cortina enthusiast. And his cronies.
We've met a professional cameraman who's going to film the Mark II getting pulled out the field.
As only you could, mate.
I'll throw my camera in the bin, I'm redundant. All my filming's... There he goes.
Ooh.
Always take direction. Always take direction. There has to only be one person artistically in charge. So today that's that man.
Yeah. Yes, you got to shut your trap today. Do as you're told, which you don't like.
I don't
doing.
mind. I don't mind that.
I'll remember that. Peter, on the move again.
He knows what he's talking about, that guy.
Should hope he does.
20 minutes. We're alright yet. Can even have our blooming strawberries and cream.
Oh yeah.
He's going to stagger them, I think.
Get everybody in.
I'm not clean either, the car's not polished.
Oh, behave.
If you're alright with that,
Shall I get out now? Do you want to carry on filming?
Can cut that there. From experience, what's your name, sorry? Dan. My name? Dan. I'm
Dawn.
Pete.
Yeah. Hi.
it's Dawn.
Dawn, hiya Dawn.
Hiya, Pete.
Nick, thanks.
I remember you.
I've got my Flickr account.
It's not always bang in the middle of the post, but quite often it tries to be.
Yeah.
And I always pan it over because it makes for a more complete shot if you follow the aircraft back through.
Yeah.
Otherwise it looks like it's just been cut short. There's no...
Feels 17 again, doesn't it? Doing all this sort of stuff.
A warm welcome to you all. Hope you'll thoroughly enjoy our programme. A warm welcome to you all. Hope you'll thoroughly enjoy our programme.
Welcome back after that little interlude, commercial break. Did you like your ice cream, popcorn? Did you go down and get a Wessler's hot dog from the foyer? Hope you got your Westlers. You're all refreshed now after the Vulcan trip and your little break. It's dashboard time. We're back. So we pull it out. Let's pull it out. So we're going to start glove box out. All the steering wheel off. The shroud, steering column, a binnacle, shroud, and then that troublesome dashboard top. We never work out how to get them off proper, but we'll find out today because this one looks like it's not going to be rusted on like they usually are. So I'll start with the glove box out, and then I'll get all the bits off the dash, clocks, steering wheel and cowling off the column, and then we'll start exposing all those screws. Let's get that out now. We'll start with the glove box lid and then move along. Okay, so here we go for the dashboard. I may leave the glove box, just going to do the centre bit first. So if you've never done a dash before and you're just watching the vids to get tips, you've got the radio console first. You've got 2 screws on the top of the plastic surround, just looking up. Then what you've got to do is, before this is actually out, let me just show you with this. I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but there's I've got this out now, but there's a little plinth piece which fits here. That just pops out, so you've got to take the heater knobs off first. One of them's got a locking pin on it. That's because you pull it for fresh air, it goes towards you. That's designed to stop the knob pulling off when you pull on this lever for your air vent boost. That pulls towards you for cold air boost, which not a lot of people know. You've got your control for your heater far right hand side on pre-facelift, and then pull up towards you, and that gives you a cold air boost. So they put a locking pin in it, which you just got to get long nose pliers or a pointed screwdriver and just ease it down. Some of them are on a grub screw, this one's on a plastic pin, so it's a bit tricky. You need a very small pointed screwdriver to just lever it down, then that comes off. On facelift cars it works the opposite way, it works to the left and you pull out. Anyway, that comes off, and then this surround here, you just lever that off. There's nothing holding it, it just pings out. That gives you exposure now to the tricky bolt, which I'm going to show you, which is up here, which holds the crash pad. There's a bolt in the middle of the crash pad, the rest of it is on tangs so it pops out, but there's one centre fixing bolt just at the top. We'll take the camera in with a torch and I'll show you where it is. But you get this out, then 2 screws at the top, 2 at the bottom there, so 4 holding that in once you've got the heater knobs off. So now we'll go in and get that tricky 10mm, which is up there. You need a socket with an extension and a torch. I'll get the torch now and we'll pull that out. Torch, dash, in we go. I'll show you this 10mm. So torch up to the top. Let's see if the camera can get it. I got the screen flipped round. Hang on, let me angle the screen. This could be tricky. It's in there somewhere. Looking. There it is. Okay, so that's holding your crash pad in. So we're going to get the long socket bar on that now and take that out. And then the crash pads should just pop off. So I'll slowly bring the camera out for you and I'll flip as I go around. So hopefully you can see where I meant for that, because if you've never done it before it can be tricky. So it's about there, up. Right, let me get the bar on it now, 10mm on the extender. You've got to have the extender just to reach it. Set that up, I'll show you. Sorry everybody, it's 8mm, correction, I do apologise, 8mm. So you probably get away without the torch. If you feel for the stud, you don't need the torch. So I'm on it there now, I'll pull back so you can see. So 8mm, do apologise. Right, that's loose enough I think for hand operation. It's handy to have one of the little mini socket sets as well as your big socket set. You can see with a big bar it'd be, whoops, there it goes. So a big bar it'd be trickier. 8mm on that. So that's off. Stick that on there for now, and then we've got to start working this crash pad. Oops, there's the washer. Should have remembered that was still stuck on. 8mm bolt and a washer, crash pad. So I'm going to start manoeuvring the crash pad. The manual says draw it up and forward. Now I'm just putting my fingers behind the back, feeling, just getting a... I know there's little locking tabs here, which are notorious for breaking. I've never really successfully, confidently removed one of these. One piece just fell off because it was rusted. The tags that hold it on were all rusted. What I might do is just have a little scout around by flipping the glove box in and just seeing if I can squeeze the tangs. I think there's 4 altogether on the crash pad, but they are designed to just ping into place, but they always rust, and you can end up ripping your dash as well. They're moulded into the dash in the foam, too much force and you rip them out of the foam, so we want to be as careful as we can. Let me pause the camera and have a little feel around and see if we can just start loosening it up. Right, I've pinged one of them. That's the left hand side lower part of the crash pad. See, I just squeezed that clip, just got the screwdriver under here, pushed up, and that's popped out, see, without damaging it. So let's do the same on the other side. Oh, the top started to go as well now, so we're looking good. There's the other one, see it? So it's slowly coming off. We might be okay. I need to go to that side and ping that one, and then I reckon gently this is just going to unclip. Once it's off, I'll show you the fixings so you know what I actually mean. But it's starting to go, that. Really gentle with this dash crash pad. Okay, let's go over this side and get that clip pinged out. Right, we can see it a bit clearer this side, and with your door off it's a lot easier. That's why I just got all them doors out. I can move around really easy. So see that clip? Let's see. I think that's gone. There it goes. It looks like the clip actually unhooks from its own construction, which allows you to squeeze it. So that one's gone. The overspray there on that. Okay, so now I'm in the unknown territory again. I'm going to go for the top ones now. We're going to have a look up at the top. What I'll do, I'll take the steering wheel and the dashboard out. I'll get my hands in case I can just squeeze the clips, just to play it safe. So I'll pull the dash out now. So steering wheel off, cowling off, then we can get to these dashboard surrounds, pull instruments out. I'll put my hand underneath and have a look, or have a feel rather. Could have a socket on this as well, but this spanner was handy. Securing ring, careful they break. Slowly off with that. Pops on. Watch your tabs down the bottom. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Right everybody, I've just had a little break. Reason is that I think it's worthy of making a detailed video of this crash pad removal. So crash pad removal, I'm going to show you, I've sussed out how to do it, and I'm going to slowly talk you through it. I'm going to walk round to the this side of the car, it's easy for me to get in. What you're going to need is long nose pliers and a torch. Okay, this is how you're going to do them clips. If you don't do this, you're not going to get your crash pad out without damage. It looks like this crash pad's been out, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to bring the camera inside and show you the clip in question. There's 4 altogether, well 6 if you include 2 tabs that you bend straight. I'll show you them when the dash is out. Torch you need, little torch like this, small one, that's an LED torch, and long nose pliers. Okay, you'll already have took that 8mm centre pillar out, and you'll have already squeezed these corner ones out, and all we're doing is just squeezing the clip. So you've got to be able to get your long nose pliers in to squeeze the clip. If you try and prise the clip, it won't have it. They're well made and they lock in with a little tab. So you've just basically, it's just a question of long nose pliers, having the radio out and the dash out so you can get it in with your hands, then long nose pliers, squeeze and release the clips. I'll see if I can show you what I mean with the camera, if it'll go in there. I'm going to attempt to get the camera in. This could be a bit shaky, so sorry if it's shaking on your screen. I'm going to try and climb in. Now I've got all my interior out on my windscreen, so I might be in an advantage over others, but you'll see what I mean. So I thought I'll just do a bit of detail on this operation, because it can be very frustrating and you think you're getting nowhere, and when you look how it's done, it's not that bad. Look, see that clip there? I've squeezed that and got it past its release tab, so that one's now loose. If I push on the dash, I got my torch on. Okay, see that? It's a little clip. You might not see it now. I can't do the torch and move the dash at the same time. But I got long nose pliers in on that and squeeze it together and it pinged. I've got one more to do, which is this side. Is it? I'll see if I can see it. It is quite tricky for me to film for you at the same time. There it is, we're right on it there, look, see? Now look, that tab there's still locked in, so I tried pressing it with a screwdriver and it didn't seem to work. You could try that, but I couldn't get the screwdriver to do it. It seemed to be wanting to be squeezed. I don't think I can rest the torch in, or can I? Yeah, I've got the torch on. I'm going to come back in, let me just get the pliers coming out, because I leant on the pliers, going back in. Let's see if I can get myself comfy. Sorry about the shaking. It's all in the name of the crash pad removal. Okay, camera's on. These can be horrible. Oh, these are horrible to do, guys. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to squeeze it. It's like keyhole surgery. Because I'm actually looking on the camera screen, not real life. So it's like being a surgeon. Open up. It's rather like being a surgeon. I don't think I'm going to do it with one hand, but I'll show you what I mean. You can see what I'm trying to do, can't you? There's your crash pad clips. They're a one-way clip designed so the factory can just slam a crash pad in. It's probably also designed to just smash out if your face smashes into the dashboard. And you can see that I'm going to take them pliers in there and squeeze it. So I'll come out and let me do it. You can see where I am at. Look at the state. Oh, there's me. So I'm underneath. No, I can't quite get the angle I want. I'm going to take the glove box out and come in from this side. I want to do it so it's easy. I don't want to make it difficult. You could try hitting it and pulling it and wrecking it. There's no point. Let's just see if there's a way of doing it so it's an easy operation. I mean, easy within there's the scope of easy, as in the clips don't smash. It's not easy because everything has to come out, but for us it's coming out anyway. So I'm going to take the glove box out and approach. I can't get a squeeze on the pliers, so let me just get this glove box off. That's 2 screws here. You've got your clip at the top which you squeeze back, careful because they're brittle, 2 there, and then a wiring clip for the glove box light if you've got one. Okay, so your glove box hinge bolts, easier when you've got 2 hands. I'm on the camera as usual. There's one out. Let's get it before it goes for a ride. Don't worry, I'd normally be more stable than this. This is a one-handed job for me. And then you got the same on this side. Let me just do those, I'll be back to you in a sec. Right, we're nearly there. Last one. I better get all the stuff out of there as well. There's all sorts of goodies in here too we need to be inspecting soon. But I'll just withdraw. Right, pull that off one, and then I've got the earth one off. So that's your box out, and now let's go and have another try inside there. Okay, see you in a sec with the torch and the long nose pliers. Right, with the glove box out, it's easy to get to, so it helps glove box out for that clip. You see me trying to line up now. Got the torch jammed, which worked. Even if you try and just leave it round, it won't have it. What a horrible job, everybody. Especially when I'm trying to do it for you one-handed. I might have to not film it, but that is tight. I'm gonna have to get both hands. Hold on. Right, okay, so I've got a better idea for you guys. I've sussed it. Push on the crash pad. Look, see, push on the crash pad, right, and at the same time a heavier flat blade screwdriver and flip it up as you're pushing on the front, and you'll get it. Don't need the pliers. Okay, so I'm going to push on the front of the crash pad and then clip up. See, it's gone. And then keeping that locked in there, you're out. See? Okay, so push on the front of the crash pad, then push up with a flat blade, and you've got it. Don't need the pliers. So we got there in the end. That's what it's all about. So we're out now. I'll take you around the front. That was a learning curve. I've never done those before. So if you take as much stuff as you can out to get to the back of them clips, and just be gentle, push and push and push, and you're out. Okay, I'll show you the clip. Right, that's the last one. So I'm off. There I go. Let's have a look what was going on. So these ones simply just pull out. They're straightforward. You had 2 tabs in the middle of the dash which were bent over, so you straighten them up and they came out of those slots there. And then those fun clips here, there they are. There they are. So we were locked on that piece. No clips have been damaged, so we just hook them back together. And that's the crash pad, which is in good order. So crash pad is now out. So you can see how many fixings there were. Spring one at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those horrible clips, and then looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of these sort of tabs, but nothing's broken off. So we're okay. Okay, that's that bit out. So crash pad's off, and now we can look at these screws at the top to start lifting the dash forward. 2 at that side on the bonnet release cable bracket area, 2 at that side, which would be left-hand drive bonnet release if it was left-hand drive car, and then on top there, and then that's the metal dash starts to come forward. I'm in familiar territory again. I know how to do that. So Next part, the metal dash surround and get the wiring harness. Be careful with these switches now. As you're pulling out, you don't want to rip the back of your switch off. These switches are notoriously fragile, and if you're not careful, your wiring loom will tear the back of the switch out. So watch it. You can either undo your switches and drop them, push them through the dash, or you can be careful. We'll see what we do for now. That's it for this section. We can have a little break and then resume. I'm glad to have no adverts on the radio. Right, I'm ready to take the metal enclosure out, so we're going for, or the metal dash surround rather, we're going for the top screws. They're already ready to go. Let's pop those off. I feel it's slightly under tension, that's going to pop forward. I've got a bag for a labelled up dash, for dash screws. Always do that, get yourself some seal up bags, refrigerator bags, or whatever you want to use some polythene bags, and put all your screws for each operation. So this operation today went in this bag. Okay, I can always date it if I wanted, and you know where you were at that date doing what job. 2 screws out there. There's an electrical connection to get off the back of the cigarette socket, and look at that, really clean lighter with no wear on the label. Good sign, no wear on there. Right, so anyway, I've took the front screws off the switches, and I'm going to pop each switch back so that's loose. Disconnected those, going across to here. So wiper switch is off, headlight switch is off, demist the switch, and look at this hazard light, this period feature. I like it. Okay, that's interesting. Let's unscrew that. I like that. I wonder why it hasn't got the hazards on. I'll have to get the long nose on now. We don't want to squash that knurling on there. Will it go? That's tight. I'll get the pliers, a little bit of cardboard. I want to mark that lovely what the hell you call them? It's the bolt holder switch on anyway. Then I've undone the 2 screws down by the handbrake, the bonnet release cable, and then on the same side opposite, 2 screws and a little bracket that pops out. So this should just lift forward. There may be a glove box light wire to unhook. Let's find that. Goes down here. It's already unhooked because that was off the glove box, so that will come out. That's ready to go. I think it should just withdraw now. I'll put the camera back on tripod and we'll film that drawing out. Hazard light switch to do, and that's it. Right, we're ready to pull this out now. Hey, I like this. A Hella aftermarket, one would presume. Hazard light control wired into the harness. Obviously aftermarket because none of the Ford connectors, but put in afterwards for hazards. Don't know why that is. I'm not sure. You could have put a hazard switch in there. And I always thought GXLs came with hazards, and it is a GXL, I know that for sure. Don't know, that's an interesting one. I wonder if hazards were optional on some models. And also, I think it's a crossover point, because if you look at these pillar switches, they're the positive earth type, or the earth, sorry, not earth, the positive to the centre switch. So that means that centre switch up there is normally an earth feed that switches it. This could have the positive feed. I'm not 100% sure, but you normally got a centre light there, and this hasn't, although cutouts there for it in the roof, and it's definitely a 71 body. So I wonder if this was the swap over point where they went to the light at the front. I actually like it at the front, but I like the middle one, so I'm going to add a light like I did on Swampy. Okay, so yeah, hazard light control box, dashboard out anyway. Let's get it out. Okay, let's keep on. There might be a rivet there. I don't know if that's holding it in or not. Something else holding it. What is it? There you have it. that bolt at the back, that holds the dash in as well. I think that is 13. Little socket in there now, that just nips the dash bracket, so gotta get that as well. Forgot about that one, sorry. I think you've only just got to loosen this because it slots in. Take it off to the top anyway. Right, let me try again. Pull the dash out. Let's get this bad boy out. Strap yourselves in, alright? One for Nuggy, one for Jimbo. Woo! That's your heater vents just unclipping out the cowlings. Just be careful, you've got your heater vents. Come on now. There you bad boys. Okay, we've got wiring clips. We've got wiring harness clips. Earth cables, we'll get them off. Got some earth cables. Heated rear relay. The crazy route of the heater ballast. Okay, I can see an earth for the cigarette socket. Bolted right round. The whole body's twisted. Another wiring tie there. going. Go on, lad. Cigarette socket. Okay, so that's that out, as you can clearly see. We can now remove the wiring harness, no need to have that in. So earth leads there, I think. Oh no, it's the... must be an earth lead there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Leads down the bottom. Looks like the centre light is switched. Let's get this bad boy out. Strap yourselves in, alright? One for Nuggy, one for Jimbo. Woo! That's your heater vents just unclipping out the cowlings. Be careful, you've got your heater vents. Come on now. There you bad boys. Okay, we've got wiring clips, we've got wiring harness clips, earth cables, we'll get them off. Got some earth cables. Heated rear relay. The crazy route of the heater ballast. Okay, I can see an earth for the cigarette socket. Bolt it right round. The whole body's twisted. Another wiring tie there. Going. Go like that. Cigarette socket. Okay, so that's that out, as you can clearly see. We can now remove the wiring harness, no need to have that in. So the earth leads there, I think. Oh no, it's 16. Must be an earth lead there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Leads down the bottom. Looks like the centre light is switched. Got a screw back in there. I'm going to pull the heater ductings out and steering column, so I'm completely back down to total strip bulkhead. Okay, so there's not much holding these on, some Phillips and some 8mm and connecting cables for the heater box. We'll get that off and then we'll strip back there, we're all done. So spanners out again and just get that steering column down and get that those heater ductings out. Off we go for that. that's it. Apart from that, right, box everything up. All done, all stripped out. Right, well that's part 3 drawing to an end. I'll see you soon for part 4, when we'll be doing some more strip down, of course. Let's just see how bad that is. This is all from the accident. This has had a front end crash in its time. I think it got laid up after that, and then could have even been laid up outside for a while, which has allowed this to happen. These are all, this rust is not from the car in terms of it rusting normally, it's from the damage caused by the front end collision and the weld lines for the new inner wing, that it's had a new inner wing on this. So that's damage from that. We'll have to clean that up and see what we're going to do about that chassis leg. It's had a new chassis leg on it, see. So that's what's happened. That's part of the history we're slowly unravelling. That over there on that floor pan was a piece of surface metal that had just stuck to the sound mat. So there's actually nothing wrong with that. So we're clean there. Just that little hole in that corner. In fact, it's not a hole, it's not got through yet. It has on this side, I think it's got through. So we've got that bit there, and then we've got to clear all this up and see what how we're gonna tackle that. That's for later on. Bonnet off, showing you the repair. Curiously, this inner wing is facelift, or at least it looks it. Yet the mount hole is pre-facelift. I can't quite work that out. If this is a facelift front clip, I don't think it is. So I'll have to look into that. I mean, this won't do. These will have to be put back to how they were. They'll have to be welded up. And then this weld work in the 80s, they probably just blabbed them on. These will have to be cleaned up. And some damage here, look. That'll have to be cleaned up. It's easy stuff to do. And then we'll get on and inspect the rest of it. Take the wings off next as well. So just put all the stuff away now, start stockpiling all the bits, call it a day for this section. That takes you probably to about 50 minutes worth of footage there on this episode 3. Hope you liked it on the Vulcan trip. And the first strip down. All in all, we're 95% solid vehicle. I look forward to finding any goodies in the boot and the rest of the stuff. There's some bits to look through in the glove box. I'm not even started to go through that. The logbook, early logbook, was 2 showing as green, not onyx, just green. And some other keys are in there, things. User manual, all goodies. Right, catch you for part 4 very shortly. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Thanks for the support on YouTube, everybody, keeping me going here. Gets a bit quiet sometimes in here, and I'm filming on my own, so I have to keep setting up the tripod, and we're missing our main cameraman. We don't know if we're going to get him back. Anyway, over and out. Stick some still shots on later as well for the forum, and we'll see you in part 4. Over for now.